Hey, it's Coach Justin from Ultimate Baseball Training. Welcome back to another video. Today's video is all about 3 things that all great hitters do. Now, these are not the only things that great hitters do. In fact, great hitters do a lot of things really well. But these 3 things, I believe that if you focus on mastering these 3 things in your own swing, in your own hitting, you're going to be really proud of the results that you put together on the field. So I think you're going to like this one. Without further ado, let's jump into it. All right, so the first thing that all great hitters do is they make sure there are no holes in their game. What do I mean by holes in their game? Well, I want you to imagine for just a quick second that you are the pitcher or you're the opposing team, all right? Now, let me ask you, what would be your strategy in terms of getting a particular hitter out? So let's say this hitter, his bread and butter, the pitch that he crushes the most, right, is a fastball that's belt high on the inner half of the plate. That's his bread and butter. That's the pitch that he's going to absolutely crush. So if you were the pitcher or if you were the opposing team, would you consistently throw him that pitch? Of course not, right? Because that's one of his strengths. Why would you pitch to his strengths? You're going to try to pitch to his weaknesses, right? You're going to try to figure out, okay, if he hits that pitch well, great, but what pitch or what location does he struggle with? You're going to try to find that weakness and you're going to try to exploit and take advantage of that weakness. And then once you find that weakness, let's say it's he can't hit the outside pitch or he consistently swings at curveballs in the dirt. Once you find that weakness, you're going to consistently exploit and attack that weakness until he proves that it's no longer a weakness, right? So that's what I mean by a hole in your game. If you're a hitter and you crush belt-high fastballs on the inner half of the plate, but you can't hit an off-speed pitch or you can't hit anything on the outer half of the plate, right? Those would be holes in your game, holes in your swing. So that's what great hitters work on, avoiding. Great hitters work on, okay, how can I get all of the holes that are in my swing, all the holes that are in my game, how can I remove them? All right, so a couple specific tangible things that you can think about. Number one, you've got to be able to hit every single pitch location, because if you can just hit the inside pitch, pitchers and opposing teams are going to quickly figure that out and they're going to start throwing you away, right? So I always talk about the importance of you've got to be able to hit to all fields. On inside pitches, pull them. On middle pitches, stay in the middle of the field, think gap to gap. And on away pitches, don't just dink them the other way, but drive them the other way. So that's one hole that could be in your game. Do you struggle with particular pitch locations? All right, you've got to be able to hit the ball to all fields. Another hole in your game might be, obviously there are fast pitchers and there are slower pitchers. And if you struggle with either one of them, so you've got kind of your average guys, right? But then every single time a pitcher gets on the mound and he has, above average velocity, do you struggle there? Or if there's a slow pitcher on the mound, can you not make an adjustment and start everything a little bit later? And are you consistently out front and are you consistently lunging, right? That's a hole in your game if you can't hit fast pitchers or you can't hit slow pitchers, right? So think about, what locations do I struggle with? What pitches do I struggle with? Can I hit average pitchers, fast pitchers, slow pitchers? Another thing, do I have plate discipline, right? Because if you come up here and you swing at pitches that are outside the zone, if you swing at the curveball in the dirt or the fastball that's, 3 balls outside and it's a ball, right? All you're doing there is you're teeing it up for the pitcher, right? You're making the pitcher have the advantage and you're literally getting yourself out in that particular case, right? So do you have plate discipline? That's another thing. And then do you have a plan at the plate? And do you have a good mental approach? Or are you just up there with nothing on your mind, no goal, no plan, nothing? Because that's a hole in your game. So to wrap this all up, right? Great hitters, they make sure that they're really conscious of, okay, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? And how can I improve to get those weaknesses, get those holes out of my game? Another thing that all great hitters do that I encourage you to start doing as well is great hitters, they make consistent, hard contact. All right, you've all heard that when you put the ball in play, good things happen. And I agree with that. When you put the ball in play, good things happen. In fact, there are no bad hops or there are no errors on, strikeouts when you don't put the ball in play, right? So when you put the ball in play, good things are going to happen, but even better things are going to happen when you put the ball in play hard, when you make hard contact. And I think there's this, misconception out there from a lot of players. They think that they've heard all the time that, baseball is a game of failure and the best hitters in the world, they fail 7 times out of 10. If you fail 7 times out of 10, you're going to hit 300, you're going to be an all-star. Well, the reality is that's somewhat true, right? Baseball is 100% a game of failure, but the best hitters in the world, the ones that hit 300, it's not like they just put the ball in play 3 times out of 10, right? These guys are hitting the ball hard 5, 6, 7 times out of 10. And sometimes, the defense makes great plays. Sometimes the shortstop, jumps up and makes this unbelievable catch. Or sometimes the center fielder tracks the ball down in the left center gap, makes a great diving play. There's nothing you can do, right? So I encourage you, obviously the goal has to be, don't worry about hits, don't worry about your batting average, worry about swinging at good pitches, walking up to the plate with a plan, getting a good pitch to hit, swinging at good pitches, putting a good swing on that ball, and then worrying about just making hard contact and letting the rest take care of itself. That's all you can do, right? But I want you to understand, right, that you've got to make consistent hard contact. If you want to hit 300, if you want to hit 400, it's not just putting the ball in play 3 or 4 times. You've got to do it more than that. But that being said, let's break it down. Let's reverse engineer it into bite-sized chunks. At the end of the day, you've got to take it one at bat at a time. You got to take it one pitch at a time. So walk up to the plate, have confidence in yourself, believe in yourself and your abilities, have a plan, know what you're looking for, know what you're trying to do at the plate, right? And try to see the ball the best that you can, have a good aggressive approach. And when you get a good pitch, we're not chasing pitches outside of the zone, giving anything extra to the pitcher. But when you get a good pitch, put a good swing on it and hit the ball hard somewhere. That's all you can control. Remember, control the controllables. That's all you can control. So do that, put a good swing on it, hit it hard, and I'm telling you, good things are gonna happen and your batting average and everything else is gonna be there. So hit the ball hard, make consistent hard contact. All right, and then the last thing I wanna share with you in today's video, this might be the most important thing that great hitters do. Great hitters, they have confidence in themselves and their abilities, all right? So where does confidence come from? Because obviously it's important and you know that, right? Well, how do we get there? I think confidence comes from 2 different things, okay? Number 1, confidence comes from preparation. And number 2, confidence comes from past success. So preparation just means you're gonna have more confidence in yourself and in your abilities if you flat out work harder than everyone else. If all of a sudden everyone else, let's say they show up to practice on time, they leave on time, they do kind of the bare minimum work, and then they're out and they're playing video games and doing all that. If you show up early and you hit 2 buckets of balls and then maybe some BP, and you stay after and you hit another bucket of balls, and then maybe you take 50 ground balls and make the throws across the diamond, right? If you do that on a consistent basis, you're gonna start to realize, hey, I'm working so much harder than everyone else. Therefore, you're gonna feel like you're more prepared than everyone else. And that's gonna give you a tremendous amount of confidence. So I think that if you want more confidence, one of the things is you've gotta just flat out outwork everybody else out there, and you're gonna be more prepared, and because of that preparation, you're gonna have more confidence. And then the last component is past success, right? And so one thing that I really encourage you to do if you need more confidence, especially in pressure-packed big situations, big moments, when you're, let's say, in the on-deck circle, or when you're in the hole and it's a big-time situation, right? Or even walking to the plate, a great thing that you can do is visualize past success. So we've all, if you've been playing the game for any length of time, you've hit the ball hard. You've probably hit some doubles or triples off the wall or into gaps. You've probably hit some dingers, right? So wouldn't it be great if you could use that to your advantage in the present moment? And you can. All you have to do is visualize that moment. Think about the sights and the sounds and the smells and the situation. Think about, what it felt like when you made that flush contact and what it felt like watching that ball, soaring over the fence in left center. Bring all of those sights and sounds and emotions back to the present moment. You can do this in the dugout or in the on-deck circle. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and just think about that past success that you have. Bring it back to the present moment. Really, really, truly visualize it, right? Get it in your head. And that's gonna give you tremendous confidence in this moment, because you're gonna realize, hey, I've done this before. I've done this in the past. I've hit the ball hard before. So that's one of the best things you can do to develop more confidence. But great hitters, they have confidence in themselves and their abilities, because typically they work harder than everybody else. And then when they do have success on the field, they use that as fuel to the fire, and they bring that past success back to the present moment. So try that out. I think it's gonna make a world of a difference. Before you go, I want to share with you a brand new free gift that I created. It's called the Contact Point Checklist. It's 100% free. All you have to do to download download it is just click on the link down below in the description, or I'll put the link in the comment section as well. But this contact point checklist, again, 100% free. What I've done is I've freeze framed the swing at the point of contact so that you can compare your swing at the point of contact and see, okay, what am I doing a really good job of, and what areas at the point of contact do I need to improve? So it's a great way to help you improve your swing, and it's 100% free right now. So all you have to do, once again, is click on the link down in the description or in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. That way you never miss any of the upcoming videos we have coming out on a weekly basis. So subscribe, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.